after each round you get 3 minutes of rest.
Rest 3, then you do it for 6, and rest 4.
21 minutes total.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that is what it is.
155, 105, or 110?
My guess probably 110 because you're a prick.
Good morning, Misfits. Comp Block 2 is here. Semifinals prep is underway, and your favorite 3 bozos wrote a little workout called Spewmanji. Whether you're about to dole out praise or blame, all 3 of us wrote this together, all right? So, Hunter and Sherb, also known as the Chuckleheads, are gonna be performing the pebble and the, I'm not gonna give them a nice name. They're gonna be performing the hatchet version. So we have AMRAP 11 minutes, 9 push press at 135/100, 10 burpee box jump overs at 24/20 inches, and 11 toes to bar. You rest 3 minutes, then you do that same AMRAP for 6. This is all continue where you left off. Rest another 3 minutes, and you do that AMRAP 4. The MFT version is 11, 12, 13, and the barbell is at 155/110. We like the very first workout of any competition prep to be a tone setter. This is the kind of thing where you go in and we essentially try to make you feel as bad physically as possible so you come out the other side feeling great mentally about what's coming up for you afterwards. So this is meant to be very challenging, but it's also a Metcon reset. So you can go in and you can say, okay, I'm gonna get that rest. I'm gonna have those rest periods once it starts to get really bad. In testing, the 11-minute range started to need a little bit of rest there. So that's how we think about putting these things together. This is gonna be a hoot. It's gonna be fun for Caroline and I to watch. All kinds of fun for them to do.
Are you doing the hatchet version?
Fuck yeah.
The fact that we make you do these workouts from time to time, does that ever stop you from writing really terribly disgusting workouts?
No. We know that it's coming usually. Not a big fan, but we'll just complain about it until 3, 2, 1, go. We'll complain about it through it, and then afterward it'll be a good workout. But no, we don't take our own selves into consideration when we're hazing you all. So I'm gonna open up, try to stay probably unbroken, maybe try to be unbroken with the barbell. That might turn into 2 sets. Push press is not a really strong movement for me. Honestly, I'll probably break up the toes to bar as well. This is just gonna be like continuous movement. And with the Metcon reset, for me, what I like, if you think of it as 21 minutes long, that is a very different approach than saying, I just have an 11-minute AMRAP ahead of me. That's like, the movements are gonna suck, the workout's gonna suck, but if you say, hey, it's only 11 minutes, that's a lot easier to manage than 21, and you can also put a different type of kind of focus and intensity into something that's 11 minutes long rather than 21. So although, you obviously will pick up where we left off, 11 minutes, 6 minutes, and then 4 minutes is a lot more manageable to think about than 21 straight minutes, even though like the clock will total be longer than that.
I like your weight.
Fuck me too.
How are you going to use the rest periods in this one?
You know, I was gonna go outside,
Lick his wounds.
fire up a camel. Just like the old halftime in the 50s of the Super Bowl, Joe Namath taught me. Honestly, it's just trying to recalibrate my plan. I don't really like push presses. I don't have ankles, so like push press isn't my favorite thing. I usually go really wide and push jerk when it's ever shoulder overhead. So push presses are a little bit more challenging for me. Obviously do not like burpee box jump overs as evidenced by my 21.2 score. And then I like toes to bar, but like they're 4 seconds away from doing everything else. That's kind of terrible. So I did think of it the same way. 11 minutes is much more manageable than 21 minutes of work. So I'll get there and then try to recalibrate my plan. And if I have to, make an adjustment, I will.
Let's see. I think I just got it.
Say it louder.
No.
I was just saying going to be new. That's not going to hurt my nose.
What was that? Congratulations on qualifying for semifinals.
Thank you. Super excited. I'm ready to work my ass off the next couple months and have fun with it. Hopefully we get to compete in person. That would be ideal.
Yeah.
But I would love to go to Las Vegas, California.
Fuck yeah.
Wherever that is.
I saw that we are well aware of the metabolic demand of those movements put together. Both of them went out too hot in the first round. It's hard not to in workouts like this. So I think there's just something to not only the cadence of the way that you're moving, but mentally staying kind of slowed down in that mode as well. Hunter's second round was 27 seconds slower than his first. Sherb's was 20 seconds slower. And then they started getting back into those single digits. But I'm happy with how steady they stayed through that 11-minute mark. And I do think that we were pretty spot on with seeing how they were moving. They just broke up in that last round into sets, 3 sets on the toaster bar instead of 2. So hopefully they can regain the 2 sets and hold it for the rest of the time.
I overheard the going out a little too hot, and I think I was at kind of my sustainable pace right at the end there. So I don't know if I would have, if I started off slower, would have gotten farther. I definitely deliberately tried to just stay steady on everything. So, well, it wasn't as bad as I thought, maybe because I wasn't moving fast enough. So when these work periods get shorter, we'll see what kind of threshold we can sustain, but that sucks.
Trying to survive the burpee box jump overs. Barbell's not bad. Weight-wise, it's rep-wise it's getting me, so like 7, 8, 9 every round is not very fun. First 5 or 6 are fine. Burpee box jumps, it's just don't get caught popping straight up and staring at the box. I've had some good spurts and some bad spurts. I'm going through them, so. Hunter's, I don't know, how many push presses you ahead right now? 2, 3? So he's 6, 7 reps ahead of me right now. So I'm gonna try to make a charge in the final 4 minutes. We'll see what happens, but this is, that's usually my strength, is pushing the last little bit. It's the consistency across the first 80% of the workout that's not that great. So make up for it now by overreaching.
Very similarly, Sherb, he's taking a lot of time from your toaster bar to your push press. He's breaking up his toaster bar a bunch and then going over and putting his hands right on the bar. It's basically the difference right now.
We'll see if I can make that charge.
No, 1 minute. You should try to go faster in the burpees. I'd sprint the next set that you get to if I were you.
Thanks, coach.
Yeah.
Always looking out for my best interests.
Seconds, let's go! Let's go!
The 11th round was 3 seconds slower than your first round.
What does that mean?
Means that you went
It means one of 2 things.
I'm an asshole at start.
Red rocket coming up from the rear.
Well, I'm happy with the chunks of time that we chose, the rest periods that we chose, and then the overall, because you could tell that at the end there, trying to push, they were coming up against threshold. So anytime we add rest periods, that's what we're trying to find. Trying to find what your pace is beyond what it would be if it was a continuous AMRAP. And if you are prepping for semifinals, the goal is for this to be the worst piece that you do the entire time. Obviously, different pieces, you know, some people like monostructural work, some people like all different styles, but we're looking for you to push really hard in this workout specifically so that you know you can go there for the rest of semifinals prep.
So does Marge just get fall apart at the end, or?
Yeah.
Is it a grip thing or just your shoulder?
Yeah, it was
Gripping with your shoulder.
gripping my triceps. My breathing was, I mean, it wasn't pleasant, but my arms just stopped. Didn't want to work anymore. If you go out way too hot, you're fucked. If you go out a little too hot, you can throttle back enough to not screw up your whole workout in the first interval. So definitely be methodical in your first round. Your burpee box jumps, like, they'll feel good, and you'll do 10 of them or 12 of them, whichever version you're doing quickly. But like, for me, it was the cumulative tricep fatigue and the pressing, and then the front rack and toes to bar just gets your grip going a little bit, and there's not a whole lot of reprieve on the burpee box jump just being down in that position. So it's not a bad idea to break it up, but you have to be disciplined about when you stop and then when you start again. If you're gonna break it up, that comes with the cost of minimal rest. So pick your poison as to whether you do big sets or small, but I would go with the try to stay moving strategy versus I'm gonna do it unbroken just because it would be cool.
I think a good way to think of a Metcon reset is like a 2-minute drill in football. Or like right at the 2-minute warning, you guys go to your sidelines, you make a strategy for the last 2 minutes of the game. It's very similar to how this goes. Like, you're in the workout, you've been going through a game plan the entire time, and you have that 6 and 4 minute window. Basically like a 2-minute warning and then like another timeout for you to recalibrate and think about how you're gonna move through the end of the game, or the end of the workout in this case. So for me, when Drew said your round was, I don't know, it was like 2:17 or something like that, I finished my first round in the 6-minute block, and I was like, all right, like, I'm a little too fast, go a little bit slower. And I'm known for resting big chunks after big chunks of movements a bit much when it comes to this type of stuff. So I was like, all right, be okay with taking less long breaks in between things and be okay with breaking stuff up. So like, slowed my burpees down a little bit, broke up my last set of push presses because I thought it might give me an opportunity to be better on my burpees at the end of the workout. So, you know, you have those 3-minute windows twice, use them. Don't just sit there like gasping for air, drinking water. Like, think about what you just did and how you can move better. And, you know, like Hunter said, it's either gonna get you in the lungs or the muscles. For me, it's a little bit more lungs than muscles. I like to do a lot of fasted cardio, so like, I feel like I have pretty good muscular endurance, but my air is what got me. So again, use the windows to your advantage, have fun with it, and remember, it's just day one of a very long grind moving forward. So have fun. See you guys next time. I'm fucking toast. That sucked.